Hello everyone, this is Jim Katsoulis. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. Coming up on Monday is New Year's, and so I want to take a few moments and talk about New Year's resolutions. This is really the one time a year I think where a majority of people really take a little bit of time to reflect on what they've accomplished in the past year and what they look forward to accomplishing in 2007. So first off, I want to start with the definition of resolution. So often now in our culture it's become almost like a joke that we're almost set some resolutions literally with the idea in our mind that we're only going to stick with it for a little while, not really committing to it. So one definition of resolution, the one we mostly know, is it's a decision in a new way to act and behave. So we're going to make a decision to act and behave in a new way or a specific way. But another definition of resolution that we often forget is that it's a solution to problems. Literally, we resolve a problem. So resolution, in its other definition, is that we find a solution to something that's been a problem in the past. And that's the one I want to focus on here now. Because people that have been successful in creating new bodies for themselves, it is not because they have been able to stick to a diet as much as it is that they've been able to solve the problem of overeating, solve the problem of not exercising. And very often this is done by changing the beliefs that they have about these things. So this is what I want to challenge you with this week. As you sit down and you think about the year ahead of you, think about what you truly want. It's not about saying, okay, I'm going to eat perfectly now for the rest of the year. I'm going to eat perfect, I'm going to exercise well. Those things don't change beliefs on a core level. And when you make a belief saying, well, I'm going to stop eating cake and cookies that I really love, it becomes this kind of, you're fighting against yourself because one part of you loves those foods, and there's this other part of you, maybe we call willpower, saying, that's it, we're not going to do that anymore. And you start to feel these energies kind of butting against each other. And eventually, the cookie a lot of times will win out. So what we want to do here is we want to redefine what truly is enjoyable to us. And the way that you do this is that you make it very clear in your mind, what would having this new body do for you? What would having this level of health really create in your life? What would be different? The feelings of accomplishment, the feelings of success, the feelings of energy, attractiveness, sexiness. What is it for you? Think about what it is and think about it in very sensual terms. Again, when we think about foods, we know what we should eat and what we shouldn't eat. The logical part of our minds knows that. The thing that drives our behavior is the emotional component of it. The desire for a certain taste of chocolate or sweets or carbs or whatever food it is, okay? But the thing that's driving us is this emotional kind of connection to it. So what we can do is we can use that same fact in our favor by creating this emotional connection to having the health in the body that we want. Very often we don't do this though. So when you sit down and think about your resolutions this year, when you really resolve problems that you've had in the past and solve them in a real genuine way, you're going to find that the changes that you get are permanent. Okay? When you really understand what you're going to get from having this body you want, all of a sudden it feels different. It's not a struggle to maintain it. It's not a struggle against fighting against something you want. It's a desire. You're being pulled towards something you truly, truly want. All right? So when you sit down this year and you write down and focus on next year's goals, make them real. And put yourself into that place, okay? So one of the suggestions I can make is that allow the critical part of your mind to just disappear, all right? And allow yourself to really brainstorm, purely brainstorm, just really generating and thinking about what your life would be like in very, very real, visceral terms. What would it be like to walk into a store and buy a certain size clothes? What would it feel like to get dressed in the morning and feel really good about how you look, to feel strong, to feel powerful? Would you stand differently? Would you breathe differently? Would you have a whole different outlook on life? So go to that level. Go to the emotional level of what you truly want. And don't dilute it with saying, oh, well, I don't know if I can achieve that. I'm not sure. It's going to be hard. I've tried it in the past. Leave that stuff alone for now. Just start off with the emotional part. And you're going to find that you're pulled towards your goals. It's a much different experience. And so if you want help with this Thursday night at 7 o'clock, if you go to this website here, if you go to that website, you can sign up, and we're going to do a teleseminar this week where I'm going to answer any questions that you have and talk a little bit about how to truly take you step by step through a process to create real powerful resolutions where you're not struggling to stay with them, but you're literally just being pulled towards them, okay, being carried right along with it. So sign up for that teleseminar, and I'll see you on Thursday. Have a great week and a happy new year.